Battle Keyboard tool and testing that. And got a little ways into it, and last night I was kind of playing around with it, and I came up with this interface called hero interaction. And so this is what we're going to control directly with our hero. And like right now, we're going to get the location, and we're going to have him move to a particular location. That's all going to be driven by our keyboard tool. So it's kind of playing around with how we're going to handle this. So yesterday we left off at the current press keys, and then I added last night a subscriber so we can get the update event and move the unit in the particular location. Now, one thing I haven't really solved yet is when I take my finger off of the keyboard, I'm going to want it to know about that instead of just being missing. And so what I'm going to do is I think I'm actually going to add a new map that's going to be current unpressed keys. So there'll be a combination of both. We're going to find out which keys have been unpressed and remove them from the current pressed keys, and then handle it specifically on the update. So that's going to cause us to change our test a little bit. Actually, I think we don't have any on key up, on key down, right here on key up. We'll have to get the current depressed keys. So I'm going to find out if these keys are all depressed, and maybe they could be suicidal, we never know. But we need to know. So current depressed keys. So I'm going to change that. I'm going to say, shoot, my touchpad is getting a little depressy as well. So I'm going to current depressed keys, and so is we're going to do r equal, and we're going to get the key event. And I think this is what we'll do, and we could probably go back and change this. I'm not really sure how I want to design this yet, but there's that, so it's on our test. And I think at this point the game code is getting very starting to grow, and this is where these unit tests really start to come into play, because you can see how I can do much quicker changes than having to do the full build every time and see if things are working. So there's our failed test. So this is something to keep in mind as you see. Many developers don't see like the point of unit testing, but I live by it as far as key event. In fact, you know what? We could probably just do this, and we'll just capture every key app event like that. Event key, and that'll make that much simpler. And we might even do the same thing here. We could just capture every key event. In fact, I think I will. So current pressed keys set key event key, and then key event. I'm just going to store everything. So all the tests should pass. There we go. And so now here we're doing a lot more specific tests, where if you push the S key, he'll move, send the move interaction to the hero interaction to change. So here we start out with current location X and Z, and we'll be doing a lot more with this. So And I'll probably be breaking this down a little bit, like handling move and handling all sorts of other great things. So what we need to do is, looking at this, we want to only send the move to target location. Actually, let's do this. Is when we get a remove key, we actually need to handle it specifically. Maybe we don't. Okay, so let's just play with this. So we're going to do test should not notify hero interaction to move hero if hero is not at target location. Okay? And we're going to just do our cover, which I think we're just going to keep this for now. So it's essentially this, and verify 0 times. And we're going to call this a few times, which we're going to get this once. Okay, so we move them here, 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 but at the same time we're going to return the different world location. So I'm going to do this so that 100 at 100, 100. We don't need to declare this. And what we're going to do is we're going to do hero action reset. And so now we set this point, and they're going to be at, say, 130. And 60, and then 190. So we should only get one update based on all of those. And I think what we're going to do is that did not fail, so let's find out why. So we've got the current point, and it looks like I'll just do any just to make sure that's not the case. So it didn't fail. Trace unit move to we're going to need to dry this up a bit. So here, it's definitely calling the unit move to. I think it's because we're actually doing the reset. So Let's see if we can get away with it without resetting. And there's our failure case. And just make sure that we're getting the location we need. So we're going to trace current location Z. Okay, so and it is getting the new location. So that's weird. Why is it getting 40? Oh, because we want, alright, I want current location. We're just going to go with it. So now, what we're going to do is we're going to say public private var target x and it's going to be float var target y, and that's going to be a float. So now make sure this is right. Okay, so private var target chosen, maybe. So as soon as we get this, target location, if target chosen, not chosen, target chosen equals true, we grab this, and if we could do this. So that way we don't create anything until we need it. Okay, so if it's not chosen, we'll go fix that, I guess, later. So, target location is going to be trying to decide here. So we have current location. There we go. Okay. Now we're thinking if current location is x equal to is not equal to target x. And then or current location. Let's see, it's not equal to target y. Okay. Missing semicolon. 39. So let's see if that passes the test. So it fails both tests. This is true here. So we still need to do this check. So we have a weird chicken and the egg problem. So what I'm going to do the problem is that we have our update. The target x and z have not been set. So if they are equal to each other, return. Now, if they're maybe we don't need this yet. Very tricky. Let's just run that. It'll make one of them pass. So it's a target x is equal to target location x z z. So that's getting closer. And that passes. Okay, so that made that work. So now see here. Let's clear this up. I'm going to mock hero location x float z float, and this is going to be void. X z. Not that really matters. A hero function 100 100. Okay, so that should keep things the same. There we go. So now, test should notify hero interaction to move if hero is not at target location, or is at target location. Okay. What we're going to do is we're going to do 20, 40, 60, 80, 200. And so now we should get another one. Make sure we get this set up. Wonder if we just mock that always. Like that. And that way I don't have to worry about it anymore. So there's our failing test. So now, I'm going to say target chosen equals false, if they get that. And what's this one? Okay, so it did not hit it. Figured that would work. trace setting target chosen to false. Trace current location X. So here is our test. 4041. Oh, we don't really care about X. So we've got 120, 120, 140, 160, 180, 200. Target Z. Oops. Well, how many times do I have to do this? Okay, here we go. So here, line current location is 120. Then we set it to 0. Aha. 30, 60, 90, just do 200, 30. And so that passed. Okay, so that got us straight. Now, what I want to do is, I don't want to be so explicit about these, that they have to be exact. So I want to do a little bit of prediction. So basically I want to do kind of like a plus or minus, 5. So they're close, so they don't get like a break in the update, so it doesn't look like he runs and stops and runs and then stops. So we're going to need to fudge this a little bit. So what we're going to do is current location. I'm trying to think here. In fact, I'm going to take this out for now. So I'm only doing the one test. Current location Z plus stay like 3. So we'll just say like private static inline var variation. It's going to be a float, and we'll give it 3. So within 3 pixels. Now, greater than, I think that'll do it. or current location z minus variation. No, that's not going to work. That's what we want. Less than or equal to target z. That's not really going to work. Z minus variation. Plus variation. So if it's greater than so this would be and. So if it's plus or minus, if it's greater than that or less than that. So that passed it. So now let's change this to 199 and this to 201. We should get this 3 times now. Failed. So I should have got it here, the initial one. Oh yeah, because we set it here, so we added another 100. So now we should get 3 times. So that's actually pretty good that it did it that way. Awesome. So that's our S location. We're going to the south as we increase our Z. Now we don't need to have such an explicit test, we just need to make sure that this is effectively happening. Should move south on update. So I'm going to say mock here location. That should there we go, that still passes. Now if you just duplicate this, move here to north location on update. So we're going to mock him at 200, 200, W, and then we're going to need to do something similar to this. But backward. 190, 130, 102. 2, and then perfect twice. So should we get it for the initial one, and we should get it for this one. Let's run that. That should fail. And it did not fail. Why didn't it fail? Try this. Location. Let's see. Why didn't that fail? So we're going 200. And then 200 again. So mock location, 200. And then we get the 90, 30. That's it. I don't know why we're getting this one twice. Seems sort of strange. Trace mocking location. So there's our 200. Let's see what we're going to do here interaction set, just to make sure that's not getting in our way. Sometimes this mocking framework blows my mind. So what if we don't mock this at all? It breaks. Okay. Huh. The fact that it does it twice is really deceiving here. It's always doing it twice. Looks like. It's really strange it does it this way. Do this. What's going to happen if I just hit it twice no matter what? It's going to do it 3 times? We'll find out. No, it just does it twice. I did this one twice. Okay. So somehow it's registering it twice. Do this. Video interaction reset. No different. I just don't like the way it likes to do this. It just blows my mind. What happens if we don't call this at all? It should not do it. Do this one. I wish I knew why I was doing this every time. So 102, I'll do this one. It's going to be 130 twice, is the question. It is. So, if I do this, if I just do them in order, does this make a difference? Does that make a change? Yeah, that is much better. There we go, that's what we want. Right, great, that's great. All right. Let's move that around then. Solve the puzzle. we go. So here we go. So now we have our fail case. Just make sure it's the right one. North. Okay, yeah. So it counts down. And do this is W. I should keep S there. W. This is minus equals 100. There we go. So we've got the north and south. Now, what we need to do is we need to find out if a button was unselected and pressed. So actually, we could just check to see if it's one of these keys and say movement depressed. So that's what we're going to do. Might keep this for now. Var key string equals. Oh. Let's do this. We'll stick with the W. Actually, we should probably stick with S. Do it for all of them. Should notify Hero to move to a current location if south key is depressed. So we're going to do this as if they're moving. And then we're going to set the key event to this. Key is going to be S, and it's going to be on key up. So now let's just move to validation expected. Did this work? Uh, 100, 200. This is going to be 100, 140. And we call this again. And this is going to be called twice. Okay, good. So now we're going to say on key of var key string equals key event key. I'm going to say if key is equal to w or key actually is equal to s. We'll cover all the cases. Target chosen equals false. Right, B? Right, B? Alright, so that seemed to have worked. I'm going to check to see if this is actually happening. That is not being called. Actually, let's keep that trace in there. What am I thinking? Is that the best? I need to put this here, looks like. And I need to put this here. There we go. Value 0 is not equal to expected value 100. Expected 100 or point. Okay, so this is on line 203. Darn, that makes it tricky, doesn't it? I'm going to extract this out just for the time being. Figure out why trace args 0 z. $240. Why is it 240? Oh, this is wrong. but it's not quite correct either. Darn. Trace args 0. So it is a world expected value. Expected x. How is the it works? I have a suspicion. Expected is 202. Whoa. Check this out for now. I think that's the problem. So there we go. All right, so this is correct. So what's going on is that we're detecting that the key was unpressed. And so I wonder if we do this. Current pressed keys, remove key. And that does the trick. So we don't need this now, which is great. Storing less data is better. And so what we need to do is we need to go back up to this test and current press keys. This is null. That is null. Current press keys, and now our tests are passing again. Should be. Yep, there we go. It's looking good. Now we need to do it for the W key. Something like this. And it's going to be key W, 200, 180, 160. Let me take it off. And this is going to be that. There we go, we fail. Great. And now we're going to go to here, or key is equal to W. And we're probably going to need to extract this out. Private static inline var north key is going to be string, it's going to be W, south key is S, west key is A, and east key is D, WASD. And now we can clean a bit of this up. I'll say the north key, south key, okay, so it's north key, south key, east key, west key, south key, north key. There we go. W is north key, west key, south key, east key. All right, test should still be passing. There we go. And I think we're going to call that it for today, so that we can work on our east and west keys. This should go by pretty quick. We got most of the situations set up. So looks like we're already there. Okay, so happy coding. I'll see you guys tomorrow.